Jai Sai Ram, Jai Sai Ram, Sri Sai Satcharitra, Chapter 23, Part 2. Shama lost all hope of life and kept silent. After some time, Baba became normal and calm when Shama went up and sat near. Then Baba said to him, "Don't be afraid, don't care a jot. The merciful fakir will save you. Go and sit quiet at home. Don't go out. Believe in me and remain fearless and have no anxiety." Then he was sent home. Immediately afterwards, Baba sent Tatya Patil and Kaka Sahib Dikshit to him with instructions to the effect that he should eat what he liked. He should move in the home but should never lie down and sleep. Needless to say that these instructions were acted upon and Shama got all right in a short time. The only thing to be remembered in this connection is that the words of Baba, the 5-syllable mantra like go, get away, come down, were not addressed to Shama as it apparently looked, but they were a direct order to the snake and its poison not to go and circulate through Shama's body. Like others well versed in Maharashtra, he had not to use any incantation, charged rice or water, etc. His words only were most efficacious in saving the life of Shama. Anyone hearing this story and other similar ones will beget from firm faith in the feet of Sai Baba, and the only way to cross the ocean of Maya is to remember ever the feet of Baba in the heart. Cholera epidemic. Once cholera was raging virulently in Shirdi, the residents were much frightened and they stopped all communication with the outside people. The Panchas of the village assembled together and decided upon 2 ordinances. As a remedy to check and put down the epidemic, they were: no fuel cart should be allowed to come into the village, and no goat should be killed there. If anybody disobeyed these ordinances, they were to be fined by the village authorities and panchas. Baba knew that all this was mere superstition, and therefore he cared 2 pence for the cholera ordinances. While the ordinances were in force, a fuel cart came there and wanted to enter the village. Everybody knew that there was dearth of fuel in the village. Still, the people began to drive away the fuel cart. Baba came to know of this. He came to the spot and asked the cartman to take the fuel cart to the masjid. None dared to raise his voice against this action of Baba. He wanted fuel for his dhuni, and so he purchased it. Like an Agnihotri keeping his sacred fire alive throughout his life, Baba kept the dhuni ever burning all day and night, and for this he always stocked fuel. Baba's home, that is the masjid, was free and open to all. It had no lock and key, and some poor people removed some wood from there for their use. Baba did not grumble about this. Baba saw that the whole universe was pervaded by the Almighty, and so he never bore enmity or ill will to anybody. Though perfectly detached, he behaved like an ordinary householder to set an example to the people. Ordeal of Guru Bhakti. Let us now see how the second cholera ordinance fared with Baba. While it was in force, somebody brought a goat to the masjid. It was weak, old, and about to die. At this time, Fakir Pir Maulana of Muhammad of Mailgan, alias Bade Baba, was near. Sai Baba asked him to behead it with 1 stroke and offer it as an oblation. This Bade Baba was much respected by Sai Baba. He always sat on the right hand side of Sai Baba. After the chilim was first smoked by him, it was then offered to Baba and others. After the dishes were served at the time of taking meals at noon, Baba respectfully called Bade Baba and made him sit next to him on the left hand side, and then all partook of the food. Baba paid him also daily ₹50 out of the amount collected as dakshina. Baba accompanied him 100 paces whenever he was going away. Such was his position with Baba. But when Baba asked him to behead the goat, he flatly refused, saying why it should be killed for nothing. Then Baba asked Shama to kill it. He went to Radha Krishnamaiya and brought a knife from her and placed it before Baba. Knowing the purpose for which the knife was taken, she recalled it. Then Shama went to bring another knife but stayed in the Vada and did not return soon. Then came the turn of Kaka Sahib Dikshit. He was gold, no doubt, but had to be tested. Baba asked him to get a knife and kill the goat. He went to Sateswata and returned with the knife. He was ready to kill it at Baba's bidding. He was born in a pure Brahmin family and never in his life knew killing. Though quiet averse to do any act of violence, he made himself bold to kill the goat. All the people wondered to see that Bade Baba, a Mohammedan, was unwilling to kill, while the pure Brahmin was making preparations to do so. He tightened his dhota and with a semicircular motion raised his hand with the knife and looked at Baba for the final signal. Baba said, "What are you thinking of? Go on, strike." Then, when the hand was just about to come down, Baba said, "Stop. How cruel you are. Being a Brahmin, you are killing goat." Kaka Sahib obeyed and kept the knife down and said to Baba, "Your nectar-like word is law unto us. We do not know any other ordinance. We remember you always. Meditate on your form and obey you day and night. We do not know or consider whether it is right or wrong to kill. We do not want to reason or discuss things, but implicit and prompt compliance with Guru's orders in our duty and dharma." Then Baba said to Kaka Sahib that he would himself do the offering and killing business. It was settled that goat should be disposed of near a place called Takya, where fakirs used to sit. When the goat was being removed to that place, it fell dead on the way. Hemabad closes this chapter with a classification of disciples. He says that they are of three kinds. First are the best, second are the middling, and third are the ordinary. The best kind of disciples are those who guess what their gurus want and immediately carry it out and serve them without waiting for an order from them. The average disciples are those who carry out the orders of their master to a letter without any delay, and the third kind of disciples are those who go on postponing and carrying out of their orders and making mistakes at every step. The disciples should have firm faith backed up by intelligence, and if they add patience to these, their spiritual goal will not be distant. Control of breath, ingoing and outgoing, or hatha yoga or other difficult practices are not at all necessary. When the disciples get the above mentioned qualities, they become ready for further instructions, and the masters then appear and lead them on in their spiritual path to perfection. In the next chapter, we will deal with Baba's interesting wit and humor. Bow to Sri Sai. Peace be to all. Jai Sai Ram.